Hey everyone, welcome to the pilot episode of Good Internet. I'm really glad you could make it. So here's the plan. Each week we'll be diving into the internet and highlighting some of the best bits. It's Thursday, 23rd of October, 2025. I'm Dan, and with me today, my brother and co-host, Benjamin James.
Hi, Dan. This is exciting, isn't it?
It is.
We used to do a podcast a long time ago. I think how many years has it been since we last recorded a podcast? Is it
I want to say, no, it's not been quite 10 years, like
it's
7
some
years.
8 or 10 years or so? But I'm excited to just sit down roughly every week with you and have a chat about some good internet.
Yeah, I think that's the idea behind this really is that me and you, because you are over in Sweden, I'm in the UK, we don't get to see each other enough. Part of the idea behind this is for us to have a bit of time where we can have a chat and a bit of a catch up. And we'll record it and it might be good or it might not. And we'll just go with the flow.
Well, yeah, exactly. We'll record it, put it on the internet, and see what happens. I think that's a good
Yes.
plan, isn't
I
it?
I feel like I'm gonna say the thing that's a bit of a cliche and that every podcast says, started by two white middle-aged men, like, and about there not being enough podcasts with middle-aged white men, so we
Well,
really need
we might as well just pile on at this point.
to. And also there's nothing I can do about it. We wanted to do a podcast. I know
Yeah.
the world doesn't need any more podcasts of white men talking about technology, but here we are, we're doing it anyway.
Well, hopefully we'll have our own little take on it, and people will enjoy it, and it'll be light-hearted and fun, and maybe a bit serious at times. Maybe if something pops
Mhm.
up, who knows what's going to pop up every week? But there's always new stuff on the internet. So yeah,
Yeah, and I wanted this podcast to be a bit for it to feel a bit more cozy, like you could imagine going down the pub, having a little bit of a chat. Like it's supposed to be really relaxed, and it's nice to kind of maybe check out of what's going on in the world, and just have something that is a bit more cozy, a bit less serious that you could listen to, and it's just a nice catch up with a couple of mates.
yeah. I think that sounds like a good plan, Dan.
I do. Yes. Good, 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 good. All right. So the general format for the podcast, we'll have a bit of a catch up at the beginning, and then we'll have a topic each week or a couple of topics. And the idea being is that me and you, we both have something that we found that week, which we class as good internet.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not, as this is the pilot episode and just a bit of a test, I don't think we've really what I want to do each week is surprise you with something.
We haven't talked about this. That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm going to
Yeah.
come along with some good internet that you don't know about.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this week we've got some good internet, potentially good internet that we both know about.
Yeah.
So we're going to, what's really hot off the presses or new is Chat GPT Atlas. So I think that's a good place to start because is it good internet or not?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think right now, well, I've only used it for, when did it come out? Was it Tuesday?
Yeah. So if you don't, maybe people don't know what Chat GPT Atlas is.
It's basically a web browser with Chat GPT included. I can't stop saying Chat GPT in,
Gippity. I don't know who it
in
was. I heard that on the internet the other day. Someone talking and saying they just call it Chat Gippity.
yeah, it's Boris Johnson, the
Is
ex-prime
it?
minister of the UK. If you haven't seen that video, just Google or AI search for Boris Johnson Chat GPT and watch the clip because it's amazing. He's like, "Do you like AI? I like AI. Chat GPT. I use
But
Chat
that's
GPT. Very good."
but that's not a real clip, right?
Well, this is what got me. I was like, this is where AI is starting to really mess with me because I was like, is that AI generated? But from what I could see, is it's a real
No, I
I
think it's AI generated.
No, I think he pronounces other stuff weird as well. That's what people were saying. Apparently he pronounces vegan um, very strangely as well. Not that I've looked up that video, but I think it's real.
I feel like we need a researcher for the show that could look into this before we actually record
Yeah,
it, because now
yeah.
we just sound like we don't know what we're talking about. Like
Well,
we,
you know what we could do is we could use Chat GPT Atlas
aha,
and ask it to find the clip of Boris Johnson and tell us whether it's AI generated or not. Because we got off track already. This is what happens instantly.
okay, I'm up for that. So let's have a look at ChatGPT Atlas. Do you want to do the screen sharing again? This is new territory for us. We're hoping
I'm
this
gonna
is going to
try.
work.
I'm gonna try and see what happens. Gonna do a window. I'm gonna go onto here, and I'm on. Uh,
Yeah,
Let me find. I'm on the Rapid Weaver support forum here, the Element support forum. uh,
super. Right, new tab. Just
uh,
go new tab.
New
And
tab, and
now, if you haven't used, I know you've used ChatGPT, but if you haven't, if you just search for something in here, it will give you a summarization. It won't actually give you like a Google search.
yeah, this
So,
is they're kind of taking over a bit, isn't it? It's like this doesn't go to Google now. They're doing their own little search thing. It looks like you're on like a Google homepage there because it's got the search box, but um, it's going to give me its own little. Oh, well, if you've used ChatGPT, this will look very familiar because it just gives its summary in there. But
and
it
I
looks
think
like
this is half the problem with ChatGPT Atlas is I think people that aren't technically inclined will come into this and not really know, and you're getting ChatGPT's results there. You're not really getting it, it's not giving you a list of websites you could click on and go and look at
no,
and kind of find the source. It's kind of summarized it.
yeah. Let's see if this is the right clip that I'm thinking of.
We can't hear the audio, so that's a problem.
I hear the audio. That's annoying.
We
That is the right video though, and I'm going to
uh-huh.
ask it. Is this a real video or AI generated? Because now we're finding out in real time. Because I think it's real. It appears likely to be real that Boris Johnson said the words in question, but I can't conclusively verify the full authenticity of the
See,
specific
this
clip.
this is this is the problem with AI video because we're already in this thing where you're questioning whether
Mm,
this is a real video or not. It's only going to get worse from here on out.
yeah. Yeah, well, there's the new Sora 2 stuff came out with their
Uh-huh.
app as well.
Yeah.
But that was only in the US, I think, US and Canada, so I haven't been able to use it. But that's basically TikTok, but AI only generated videos, which is just madness.
So I will like the Chat GPT Atlas. I do like it. And one of the reasons I like it is because I upgraded to Tahoe on my main machine
Yeah.
and Safari looks like absolute junk. I can't like it's got
Um,
circular tabs. It's really annoying. It's
is it?
just
I haven't managed to upgrade or update my main machine to that yet, so I haven't really used it.
yeah, if you don't need to, then don't. It's what I would say.
Oh, that is a damning indictment of Tahoe, isn't it?
But I was saying to Tom the other day, it's one of the first systems that I haven't wanted to upgrade. Usually, I'll be running the beta on my main machine.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it comes out, I'll run it on my main machine. But Tahoe, I just they've g- I don't like the visual style of it so much. I mean, I'm getting used to it, but I don't feel like it's an enhancement to you know.
It's all the glass stuff that they've gone all in on, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some terrible legibility.
And yeah, yeah, I don't know. It just feels like the Mac is still. I mean, the hardware wise, they got so much stick a few years ago. They've really upped their game on that. But software wise, they've tried to just take everything from iOS or iPad OS and chuck it into the Mac in one system. So do as little
Yes.
work on the Mac system as possible, haven't they?
Yes, that is a whole topic unto
Yeah.
itself, and we've
Yeah.
gone off topic because so I'm giving Chat GPT Atlas a go as my full-time browser.
Yeah.
A little bit questionable because we obviously know they are siphoning off. I mean, they're just logging everything you're doing, so there is privacy concerns. Because ChatGPT Atlas, I don't know if you switch the option on. I have. There's a preference that will allow it to track all the sites you've been to. So it switches on the history essentially, which I've switched it on because I think that's going to be really useful when it's like, oh, what was that thread I was looking at that was about X or Y? And I can ask ChatGPT and it can go and pull it up for me and say, oh, this is it. Or, oh, what was that app I was looking at? I can't remember the name of it. It does such and such, and that might be last week. And
Yeah.
it'll be able to retrieve it for me. And I think the trade-offs there, I'm happy to give away some of that stuff. I'm not.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, it is a worry, but there's, I mean, this isn't anything new. I think this is just an advancement over what they're tracking, and it's always like, what are they going to use the information for? But I mean, how many times have Google or any of the search engines or any government been caught tracking your details? It's constant, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not to say it's right, but yeah, I mean, if you're using Google Chrome, then you're being tracked,
But yeah,
like, you know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm not saying, "Oh, that's fine, we should just put up with it," but it's, I think as long as you go into these things knowing that your data is possibly being used for these things.
The only difference I feel like here with this AI in the browser, with letting it like use my history, is
Mm,
I actually get like real world benefits from it, because like you say, I can
yeah,
open up Atlas and say to it, what was like, I was looking up a thing last week for whatever, find that thread for me again. And it's gonna do it because it's got like the context of you in
yeah,
that search. Whereas when you go to Google and you search for something, yeah, they give you like relevant results, but they're not tailored to you. But that's what they've been trying to do with ads and stuff, with tracking you
yeah,
across the internet, is like give you relevant ads. Whereas this feels like an upgrade, if upgrade is the right word. It's
mm,
an advancement on like giving you context aware results, basically. So I think there's an actual benefit for me as the end user in this instance, but it is scary to be like, well, I'm just giving all my stuff to OpenAI, basically. And
mm.
what are they going to do with it? I don't know.
I
We're going
saw,
to, basically.
I was watching a review, someone's early review of it, and they were saying but when it started up, because you can import all your history and bookmarks, which I didn't do.
I did. I just was
Okay,
like,
I like to start things fresh, clean,
yeah,
so I didn't do that. But he was saying he did that, and it's quite good because he'd been looking up movie trailers, in the previous week of the things he was interested in, things he wanted to watch. ChatGPT obviously knew that and then could give him recommendations on other films he might like, which is really good because I kind of like that stuff. If you can keep on, it gets a feel for
yeah,
who
that's
you
what I mean.
are.
You get a benefit out of that as a user. Yeah, I don't know. So far I've had it, been using it basically for a day and a half, so not enough time to say what's going on. But so far so good, because it's basically, it almost replaces the Chat GPT app as well, because you get all of your chats. You can open up a sidebar to get a list of all your chats or whatever that you've got in the Chat GPT app, and then you can just do all of the stuff that ChatGPT has in the browser. So you can highlight text. Like, I've already used it to highlight text and make it grammatically correct or whatever you want to do. But you can also just, yeah, there's the agent mode as well. Like, I tested it out yesterday as soon as I got it. I actually tried out getting it to reply to a forum post on the Elements forum.
Hmm.
I was just like, oh, write a reply to this. I can't remember what the thread was, but I mean, it opens up the little editor, it writes the text in there, and it says your reply is ready to send, and then it gets out of the way. And you can just click in, edit the text, and push reply if you want to. So it's got stuff like that in there, it's actually saving me time in one
Yeah.
way, and it just worked. Like it knows all of my history about what I've been asking it about and what I've been talking about. Like it knows I'm working with Tailwind and Alpine, so it gives like a relevant reply
Mm.
with that
It
information in there.
And this is interesting. It's different to because I've been using the Chat GPT app, but it's different because now I've also been using this for a few days and it's giving me suggestions here. Now, I haven't asked for these things, but because I've obviously talked about good internet, it's giving me a suggestion. It's like and the Beehive, I was setting up the email. So it's, and obviously talking about pricing. So it's giving me suggestions to search for more things based on obviously what I've been doing. So that's quite interesting. And the other thing I set up, because I use Kagi or KG for the search engine,
Okay.
in here, if you want, if you, when you just type something like you did before, that will give you a Atlas summary, not the
Yeah.
actual thing. But if you want to search the web for it, you set this up in the preferences. Now, my keyword is Kagi. So I think, and then if I just type this will go straight to Kagi.
Oh, what
And
have you done there? What was that then? It's like a shortcut type thing, is it? Or
yeah,
what?
it's in the, I can't, because this is only sharing the window, it's in the Chat
Yes.
GPT
Okay.
settings.
Oh, so you can put in a keyword and make it sort of context aware in some way, or like
For
make it.
search engines, you put in like, I could have just done K, but I decided to call it Kagi. And now it knows whatever I type in here will ping it as a search query.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's quite handy. But what I was going
Well,
to
also,
do,
also down the bottom there, you hit command return, and it will Google it for you.
mhm. So, what I was going to do, I don't know what these are. Right, let's just do this, and then ask ChatGPT. Now in here,
You like
uh,
AI? I like AI.
agent mode. So we can switch to agent mode,
Yeah.
and can you find out if this is available uh, next week on Monday for 3 nights? So I've done it on agent mode, and obviously I could look for this myself here, but let's fire this off.
So you're on Airbnb. For anyone not watching the video, he's on Airbnb and he's looking at a rental unit in Paris. And we're going to see if ChatGPT agent can find out if this is available next week.
So when I first did this, I thought, oh yeah, that's great. Like I'm kind of sitting here watching this do it because you can see this sparkly thing happening on the left, and I'm like, that's good. But I'm just sitting here watching it. But then I was like, oh yeah, of course, I can now go off. I get back to work, do something else, and I can. I've got notifications switched on, so when this is finished, it will ping a notification on my Mac and say, "Oh, I finished and done that job for you." So it is pretty good. Like if you use it like this to just go off and do a little task for you,
Yeah.
and it can, it's taking its time.
Yeah, because right now
Um,
this isn't faster than if
no, but
did it
I
myself.
can go off and do something else now.
Exactly. And
Um,
if you learn to put it in the background,
mm,
then it works for you. But if you're just
yeah,
sitting watching it do it, you would have already known by now.
because now I could go over to the Elements forum and reply to a few threads while it's off looking for
Yeah.
my holiday. Um, so it's pretty good. I mean, I don't know why this is taking so long, but it's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's trying to figure it out, isn't it? It's clicking on the things like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
availability stuff on the
And
dates.
when I did this the other day as a test and it worked just fine, I gave it the exact dates I wanted and
Oh, okay.
it did
Then
it.
it
So,
yeah.
but yeah, it's interesting to see where this is going because I definitely feel like this is at the beginning. Well, it is still at very.
Yeah, I mean, there's all the worry around AI of like, what's it gonna do to, well, every industry.
Mhm.
Um, But as soon as they've embedded it kind of into the browser in this way, it
Mm.
makes a lot more sense with the current web as it is, because you can ask it stuff and it remembers what you've looked at, and yeah, there's this agent mode that's going to go and do stuff for you. But yeah, I mean, if you think about it too much, it can be a bit worrying, or it can be very exciting. It depends what you depends how you
Yeah.
do things, isn't it?
So it looks like I won't be staying there because it's come back and told me it's all booked out. And it's really nice because it said the earliest bookable date starting February 2026. So
Oh,
it is useful because rather than me having to go through the calendar and blah, 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 and I could probably ask this to look for similar properties or similar in the same location on Airbnb, and it go off and do that. So
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give this a good internet rating. This is good internet.
Hang on a minute. We have not discussed the good internet rating. This was not.
No, we're the official stamp of good internet. No,
Oh, I
we need
see.
some sort of rating system or some sort of voting system of like, does this get a good internet stamp or not?
Oh, I thought we were just going to bring good internet. Maybe in your
Oh,
opinion, if I bring you something, you could tell me whether you think it's good internet or not, and then
if
we
we
could.
both agree, then it is officially good internet.
Mhm.
That could be the thing.
Can we do like a radio edit, like a wah, wah, wah.
Yeah,
Now that's good internet.
yeah. If we both give it the thumbs up, then music will play, fireworks will explode. Yeah, that would be it. Good. This is good internet officially.
Nice. Yeah, yeah, that sounds like a plan.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting though, because I think Google's going to have to do something with Chrome, because I can already see that this very quickly. I'm just it's useful. It's like Chat GPT agent in the browser, context aware. It knows what I want to do. It knows what I've been looking at. I think that like Chrome, they're going to have to do something with it to embed it. Because right now, oh yeah, sure, they put AI overviews on their Google search results. They're often rubbish. Like there's nothing to do with, especially when it first came out. It's got a bit better recently, but
What you
fingers
really
crossed. Yeah, go on.
what you really want is Siri in Safari. Now you're talking.
I know, well, I've been thinking that for years. If only they could put Siri in more places, it would be
Because
amazing.
it's so good.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, it just gets it right all the time.
Mm.
Thing, perfect. Yeah, I mean, let's not even talk about Apple and AI.
I think they'll get there eventually. They'll get there
Really?
eventually. Mhm.
I'm more worried that they're, I don't know. I'm just more worried that Apple as a company just don't get like the new wave of stuff that's coming. But again, that's
Yeah,
the topic.
yeah, I think they'll get there. It's like, and this AI stuff will just become embedded. It's expected. It's table stakes. It's a feature a little bit. It
Yeah,
reminds me, reminds me of the stuff that happened with Dropbox and iCloud, and how they knew it was it just needs to be embedded in the system, because once the system knows everything about my computer, it's going to be a lot more useful. Like all my data and files on there, and Apple are in a position to do that because they own that whole stack. And to some degree, it's what Chat GPT or OpenAI is trying to do, because there's an option. I don't use it, but there's an option to hook it up with Google Calendar, Gmail, so that it has full context. And I think that's where this is all going with, because it becomes more useful. But
yeah,
OpenAI can only do it with things with an API at the moment that they have access to. So Apple have an advantage on that people use all their services. So
yeah.
they've got that
I mean,
advantage, but they're terrible at AI at the moment. It's so hot.
yeah, they've got the like local processing as well on the on device stuff. Is obviously the chips are powerful enough to run it, so they say. Not that it's, yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. It'll be interesting to see, what happens over the next couple of years, but it moves so
Yeah,
quickly. It's just every week
yeah.
there's something else with AI, which is good for us if we're gonna talk about internet every week.
Yeah, yeah. I'd been looking at Claude last week because Claude introduced skills.
Okay,
Um,
in that, what was that?
yeah, that's the thing. It literally every day there's something new happening or to look into. But I had a bit of a play around with it, and you can hook it up to on your Mac to local things. You can give it access to files and folders on your Mac, but you can also give it access to apps. You install these separate skills. And for example, there was one for things, the to do app.
Yeah.
And that in the background, that was working with Apple script. So, but in Claude, you could say, oh, give me all my tasks for today. And it would go off to things in the background via Apple script, present them. And you could chat to Claude and get it to add things to your things to do list. And but that's just one part because you can install multiple skills. So it can work with Notion via the API.
Yeah.
And so, you could get it to look in Notion, and then if there's things in there that it needs to add to tasks, over to things, it could do that. So they can all work together. And that is also really where this stuff is headed, in that you can just say, oh, I need to do this, and it will go off and add it and grab it from the various places. And um,
Yeah, it's that system-wide thing we were just talking about, isn't it? It needs to be
yeah, yeah,
system-wide on your
mm,
on
mm,
on your machine, basically, whatever, or
yeah,
device you're using.
yeah.
But yeah.
And I think this is interesting. How does this affect the creative process, and how is it going to affect like web design? Because there was a lot of talk about all the new AI tools that just build websites. They just build websites for you. Are they the website you want? It's questionable. As you know, you can get so far. It's like it's not good for high fidelity granular stuff. I don't know, it's going to be useful for some people, but there's going to be limitations on it, on what you can do and how fine grained the control is, especially if you don't understand what's happening underneath and you can't change the code yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I haven't fully formed what I think about that yet.
Mm,
I mean, people have been saying as soon as it was, like, embedded into Copilot from GitHub was in VS
mm,
Code, everyone was like, "Oh, this is gonna take over. There's gonna be no jobs left in a year time. There'll be no one left in a year's time." I think that was must be about 4 years ago.
yeah.
And we're at a point now where it's like, yes, there are sites where you can go and, like, prompt it basically for a site that you want, but it doesn't get it right all the time. Um, I don't know, but I mean, we're definitely heading more towards some sort of collaboration process with AI around, like, get it to help you build stuff and
Hmm.
tweak it, fix it, understand what's
Yeah.
going on. I think it's going to be a tool that you need to learn how to use properly, to your advantage. But I mean, it's the same with any tool ever. If you don't really understand what's going on, it's a bit dangerous, isn't it? People are using it for apps. There was some app the other week I was reading about where they'd used AI to build like an auth system, but they didn't understand like what they actually needed it to do. And the AI is so confident that it wrote the auth system, but it didn't protect any of the routes or anything. So you could just get all the details through the API. Like it was just exposing all the passwords, everything, all the usernames, like all of the customer details. Because it was like, yeah, if you want to log in, you need a username and email address. And they wanted an API as well. So it gave them an API for everything. And they were like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, it's very dangerous in production.
Yep.
To It's fine to mess around with it and build personal things. You do, if you're using it for business in that sense, you do have to be careful and know what you're doing. Um, I think it's going to be really interesting how we integrate this into our own apps. Like I know we've talked internally about what we're going to do in Elements, and the way I would like it to work is it be a helper to your creativity. It's not, what's the point? I don't want to just say, build me this website, blah, 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 do it all. And that's, for me, that's not creative. Like I'd like to work. It's like working with someone. I can do a lot of it, but can you build this for me? Or can you block out some pages, to just help you speed things up? And and I think that's a nice balance where you can be creative and you can have that control, but you can also have the help when you need it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Because it's definitely a tool there to help with creative stuff. I know a lot of people are freaking out about like video generation and where where are those jobs going to go in a few years or whatever. But
Yeah.
one thing I think it is good for is that it lowers the bar to be able to build stuff like on computers,
Hmm.
like for people. Like it's already allowed us, for example, to do that AI generated ad test that you did a few weeks
Hmm.
ago. We would never have been able to do that like a year ago. Like you built a whole so they're only doing 8-second clips at the moment, but you built an ad for Elements with AI generated video that would have been impossible for a company of our size, a few people, an individual to generate something like that before. So
Yeah.
yeah, sucks if I mean I get we had a few comments of people saying it sucks, like, well, where's my job gonna go? But I don't know if it took anyone's job really, because we just wouldn't have done that before.
No, no. I mean, it's questionable whether it was a net positive or not. I mean, a lot of people seem to like it. Some people didn't like it because AI generated imagery and video is quite a touchy subject. Like, and I understand that, from a creative background. Uh, of course, it is. Um, but I think you can't we it's not going back in the bottle. You can't turn back time. So you got to move and use these tools to make what you're doing better, and because you can't I think it's impossible to fight this now because too many people are finding it too useful.
Yeah, well, it just opens up the creativity to a lot more people. Like you can
Yeah.
make stuff that you couldn't have made before. We're seeing it in Elements with our users as well. They're making components for their websites that they never would have done before with AI. Like
It's
they're generating stuff themselves and building it in the app.
yeah. It is absolutely wild, and I think a lot of people haven't found that out about Elements yet. When you make a custom component and all I have to do is ask one of the AI bots, Chat GPT generally or Claude, if you tell it, because Elements uses Tailwind and Alpine JS, if you tell it to give me a card that flips around, use Tailwind and Alpine JS, and it will do it and give you the code snippet. You can paste it right in Elements and it just works. It's
Yep.
absolutely mind blowing.
Yeah. And once we've got some stuff like that more integrated into
Hmm.
the app,
Yeah.
that's when you can really start using it as a creative tool to be like, okay, I want, I've sort of done a layout and I want
Yeah.
this, and then you want something very specific to your needs that like hasn't already been built or whatever. When you can do that and say, right, I need this very specific thing to do this, and you can talk to it in the app and it shows you the live preview and stuff. Like when we've
Yeah.
got stuff like that, it's going to be amazing. But yeah.
Right. Before we wrap this up, there was one other item on the list, and you mentioned this the other day, Movember.
Yeah, it was kind of I don't know what happened. I get you know what I'm like. I'll randomly message our
Mhm.
group with some stuff. And I was like, oh, it's coming up to November. Who's up for doing Movember? I don't know if everyone knows what Movember is, but it's I'm not even sure I completely know what it is. But basically you gotta grow a mustache for the whole of November, right? In the name of men Yeah, there we go. Yeah, search for it on the. Give me an AI summary, please. And here's the no fluff, straight up explanation of Movember. Is that what it thinks you like? The type of wording that you like? No fluff, straight up.
Well, I don't. Well, yes. I mean, I do enjoy no fluff, straight up. To be
Yeah.
honest, yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
So,
Men.
Movember is an annual event held throughout November. Men grow mustaches and women support to raise awareness and funds for men's health. Primary focus area: prostate cancer, testicular cancer, men's mental health, and suicide prevention. So, oh, and it originates from Australia in 2003. Now, I have read an AI summary. This could not be true. I think you do need to remember that with AI as well. This could be a little bit iffy. Sounds like it's true. We'll go with it. Um, so yeah, so it seems like a good thing.
So
Um,
anyway, I just messaged and I was like, "Is anyone else up for doing it?" And it was kind of as a joke. I didn't think anyone would actually say yes.
I'd be quite up for it. You see this picture here? I think I'd have to grow mine like that with a little. If you're listening to this, there's a little handlebar mustache. I mean, he's kind of cheating. He's got other facial hair. Is that allowed?
Well, this is what I was going to ask. Does it have to be just the mustache? Can we have any other sideburns? Maybe a bit of a goatee style thing. What are the rules here? Is it full
Well,
on?
if you've got a full beard, then I don't think that
No.
counts.
Yeah, no, no, no. That's just growing beard, isn't it? So you've got to
Yeah.
shave at least. I think you've got to shave at least sort of on the sides of the lips, shall we say? Like maybe you can have a little bit of a goatee-ish bit here, but I think the rest of it's got to go, hasn't it?
So I would quite like to. I think I would look all right with a little moustache. I'd
Yeah,
give off that hipster vibe.
yeah, that was one of the reasons I did it. I was like, well, it would be a good excuse just to test out how I look with a mustache.
Would we look weird meeting up if we both had those? If we go with it and keep it afterwards, like always would. I guess it look like a hipster meetup, or maybe the other thing I'm slightly concerned about, and I do wonder about this, whether this whole thing, this is a ruse for it, and actually it was kind of the pedos started it.
What? Sorry, are you associating mustache with paedophiles?
You know, in the old days, it used to be a little bit like that. You just look a little bit suspect, you know, like it's got an air of seediness about it sometimes. It can have if you don't wear it right, I think.
Right.
You know, that
Well,
creepy
this
old
would
uncle kind
be
of vibe.
yeah, this would be exciting for the listener or the viewer to see in November. If we're going to do this, we'll see how dodgy we do actually look. Maybe we'll need to cut it short if it looks too iffy. Or
Yeah, because you don't want to be giving off the wrong vibes. But the thing is, in November, then people know it's Movember, so it's like, oh, okay, he's not a pedo. He's just raising money for cancer.
yeah, but if you keep it for Christmas, then you can start wondering.
Again, I think it depends on the look. Yeah, that was my slight concern, really.
Well, I reckon we just do it and see what happens. See if you get any comments, and if you do, you
What
know,
what if I'm walking down the road and say, pedo?
yeah, out the window, some car out the window.
Yeah.
Pedo. If you're getting that on a daily basis, I mean, especially you live out in the country, so if the neighbours are just shouting pedo out their window, you've really got to start work.
You might have to. Can we? You might have to cut this whole thing. Is this not? I'm not sure. I don't even know if that's. Is it politically correct now to shame? I think
I
it's
think
always fine.
into that. I think we should end this before this gets any worse.
Yeah, yeah.
What are we saying though? We're both up for doing that, are we? We'll have to. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it.
Are you?
Yeah.
So, and you'll do the whole raise money thing.
I
feel
don't
like
know. I mean, we could do it if people. I mean, if we get any listeners to this, we could open it up and see if they want to donate.
I mean, it all goes to a good cause because it is really important.
Yeah, we can do a joint. We can do a joint one. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
No.
Yeah, no, I was quite up for doing it. Yeah, yeah. I don't want to 100% commit right now.
Well, you're going to have to. We need a commitment on
Uh,
the pod, straight up.
and
Okay,
then you
well, I'll
can
give you until next episode to decide. So I'll bring it
every
up next
every
episode.
week in November, people can if you watch this on the video, then they can have a look, see how we're getting on.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking. They can follow our growth, shall we say?
Literally the growth of the podcast and the growth of my mustache. I like it. It all ties together.
It does.
Nice.
Full circle.
Okay. Synergy. All right. I think we should probably wrap this up, as you
Yeah.
said. It's been a good pilot episode. Hopefully, future episodes will have a little bit more structure, a little bit more pizzazz. I'm not promising anything, but we got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and we've already got a couple of ideas. We're going to bring some good internet to each other every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there'll be a voting system like we joked about there. We'll see whether we give it the full stamp of good internet approval. Yeah, and hopefully it'll be a nice listen for everyone out there.
Yes, and if you're listening to this and you've got some good internet, feel free to share it with us. We don't have a dedicated email address or anything yet. We'll sort that out of how to submit some good internet to us that you found, because maybe we could share those as a little sidebar for nice things.
They can pop their good internet below the video in the comment section.
You can shove your good internet
Yeah.
right up.
Pop that good internet right in the comment section. Yeah.
Good.
Lovely. Right. Well, I've got to go. You know that I've got to go now. So I'll see you on the next episode, I guess, if I don't speak to you.
Yes.
Probably will.
Thanks for listening. And this has been Good Internet. Good night. Good off. Yep. I'm gonna cut that bit and redo it because that's awful ending to a podcast. Maybe we'll just cut it before.
That was good.
Right. Good. All right. Thanks, Ben. That was good catch up, and I will see you next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. All right. Bye.
Bye.